Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of The Hitchhiker's Guide to Azeroth. With the recent announcement of the battle for Azeroth, we're going to take a look at the leaders of both the Alliance and the Horde going into this conflict, beginning from their backstory right up to where they are going into the next expansion. To kick things off, we're going to take a look at a personal favourite of mine, current leader of the Orcish people, High Overlord Varok Saurfang. Saurfang was born into the Blackrock clan of Gorgrond. Not much is known about his youth prior to the First War, other than he was the brother of Broxagar and mate of an unnamed female orc with whom he had the child Dranosh. By the time of the formation of the Orcish Horde under the command of Blackhand and the Shadow Council, Saurfang had risen to prominence with the Blackrock clan as a capable warrior and strategist. But more than this, Saurfang was known to be an orc of great conviction and honour, and it is because of this he was named as one of Warchief Blackhand's lieutenants, alongside Ogrim Doomhammer and Ettrig. As the Orcs' genocidal campaign against the Draenei escalated under the watchful eyes of Kil'jaeden and the Burning Legion, Saurfang was one of the first to partake in the blood pact with Manoroth, shackling himself to the will of the Burning Legion and committing atrocities that would forever haunt him. As the Orcs prepared for the opening of the Dark Portal and the invasion of Azeroth that would culminate in the First War, Saurfang's mate died and was cremated in Nagrand, but not before she made him promise to hide their son away from the corruption of Gul'dan's warlocks. And so, Saurfang asked the elders of Garadar to hide his son, assumably under the guise that he had the Red Pox, and he left Draenor for Azeroth and the further destruction of the First War. Saurfang fought with an unmatched efficiency and brutality during the First War, so much so that when Ogrim seized control of the Horde at the end of the war, he named Saurfang as his second in command. He would remain in this position, undefeated in battle, until the culmination of the Second War, where the Orcs were defeated, and like many others, he was presumably struck with a lethargy caused by the lack of demon's blood and placed in an internment camp. During the second Burning Legion invasion of Azeroth, Saurfang was absent, but one can assume he fought side by side with the other members of the Horde and the Alliance. Due to this, and his reputation for honour and strategy, Saurfang became an important confidant of Warchief Thrall, and an important member of the new Horde. So much so, that when the gates of Anchorage opened, and the pawns of the Old Gods spewed forth, he acted as the supreme commander of the might of Kalimdor, and repelled the invasion, helping in no small part to win the day for the combined forces of Azeroth. With the reopening of the Dark Portal, Saurfang was able to reconnect with his son in Outland, and bring him to Azeroth, where he appointed him as a member of the Kor'kron. In the wake of the Lich King's return and the Scourge invasion of Azeroth, Saurfang himself journeyed to Northrend, where he was stationed at Warsong Hold as an advisor to Garrosh Hellscream. It was during his time there that Saurfang saw both the potential and the arrogance of Garrosh, going as far as threatening to kill him were he ever to lead the Horde down a dark path. It was in the frozen wastes of Northrend that Saurfang would face his hardest trial. During the battle for Angrathar the Wrathgate, his son Dranosh was cut down by the Lich King. Yet, even in his darkest moment, Saurfang never lost his sense of duty or honour, taking part in the battle for Undercity and reminding Thrall of his obligation to lead the Horde and defeat the Lich King. Saurfang himself took part in the assault on Icecrown Citadel to avenge his son, yet faced torment once more as he watched the undead corpse of Dranosh, now referring to himself as Deathbringer, defend his new master, and was once again struck down, this time by Horde and Alliance adventurers. Saurfang claimed his son's body and swore to return him to Nagrand to be with his mother and the ancestors. Even after this, he returned to duty, leading the Warsong Offensive skeleton crew as caretakers of Warsong Hold during the Cataclysm. After the Cataclysm and the events on Pandaria, Garrosh Hellscream began the dark path that Saurfang had previously warned him of, and as the people of the Horde rebelled against his tyranny, Garrosh returned to Orgrimmar to help put an end to him. It was here he overcame a small army of manted warriors to help his allies win the day and bring peace to the Horde. Due to his actions during the siege of Orgrimmar, he was called as a witness at the trial of Garrosh, where it was noted that his defiance was testimony that many orcs disagreed with the actions of Hellscream. Saurfang himself wished for a Mak'gora with Garrosh to determine his fate, but due to the latter's escape, he was never able to. With Vol'jin as the new warchief of the Horde, Saurfang returned to Orgrimmar as both an advisor and the voice of his people within the Horde. He fought bravely with the other leaders during the Third Legion invasion at the Broken Shore and was amongst the mourners at Vol'jin's funeral, witnessing the ascension of Sylvanas Windrunner to to the mantle of Warchief. For the first time in the history of the new Horde, the Warchief's seat of power left Orgrimmar and moved to the Undercity, and in this absence, Saurfang took residence of Gromash Hold and the rule of Orgrimmar. Along with the other heroes of Azeroth, Saurfang fought bravely against the forces of the Burning Legion and helped them in their ultimate victory, the imprisonment of the Dark Titan and the end of the Legion. Now, Saurfang stands as the leader of his people, bound by honor to defend the Warchief and defeat the Alliance as they encroach upon the capital city of Lordaeron. However, as we have seen in the past, Saurfang is more than willing to depose the Warchief if it maintains the honor of the Horde. Will he stand idly as Sylvanas takes the Horde down a dark path once more? Or can he, through his actions and his service, turn his new Warchief onto a more righteous path? We don't yet know what the future holds for this hero of the Horde, yet time will tell as we grow ever closer to the battle for Azeroth. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave any feedback, positive or negative, as long as it's constructive, and what do you guys think may happen with Saurfang going forward? Leave me a comment and I'll see you all next time.